Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal. The FC Barcelona presidential elections are seriously heating up now. There are candidates dropping out who haven't got enough signatures. There are some candidates who've got through who we'll be speaking about in just a moment. And the elections, guys, are finally coming. There's lots to cover. So here at Barca Universal, I thought, let's get down all the news for you guys, put out a nice short video, and hopefully you guys understand everything you need to know about the Barcelona elections, what the situation is right now, and who is the clear favourite. So let's get started. Because let's start with the fact that on the 24th of January, so that's in about 12 days' time, it is expected that Barcelona have a new president. However, there has been some news of late that could actually be postponed, and you've got to say, that's a big kick in the teeth. If the elections are postponed, guys, it's just more of a nightmare situation for Barcelona. They're already quite far back, in my opinion. I just don't think we should have had them this late, but it's looking very likely now, if you believe the news that's coming out, that Barcelona are going to have to wait even longer for a new president, but still we can hope that by the 24th of January we will have a new president. And the four main candidates right now, the four that have got through the initial stage, if you like, of collecting signatures, they needed, I believe, 2,500 or so, or 2,000-ish. And the ones who've passed are Joan Laporta, who got about 10,000, a massive number. You got Víctor who got just under 5,000, not bad at all. And then you've got Emili Rosald and Toni Freixa, who both got just over the required amount. And I want to start quickly with both Rosald and Freixa. They are the lesser known candidates, and without completely writing them off, in my opinion, they will not win the elections. And I also think they shouldn't win the elections unless we want another Bartomeu, unless you were a fan of the likes of Rosell and Bartomeu. Then, well, these are your sorts of guys if you are the fans of them. But if you're not, then this would be a nightmare for Barcelona if they were to get in control of Barcelona presidency. I don't expect them to, and I think it's such a critical time for Barca where we need to move away from the sort of stuff we've been doing over the past 5 years. We'd be in deep trouble if either Freixa or Rosald were to get a freak win here in the elections. Moving on now to a more familiar name, if you like, in the election race. It's Víctor, of course. He kindly came on Barca Universal and gave us an interview on the channel not long ago, and it's fair to say that Font is one of the favourites for the Barca elections. He's been running for a long time. I think a few months ago, before Laporta came up, he would have been the favourite for it. He's got a very clear project. Names such as Xavi, Jordi Cruyff have been put forward. Font himself is a clear Cruyffista, and he picked up nearly 5,000 pre-candidate votes, if you like, so it's not bad at all, to be fair. He is looking like a strong candidate. That was expected, and he certainly has some support. But the man with over 10,000 votes in these pre-votes for the elections is someone you have to know about. It's the man you should be talking about now. It's Joan Laporta. To me, Laporta will be Barcelona's next president when the elections finally do go ahead. Arguably Barcelona's best ever president. You say that quietly, like I said, arguably. He has done a lot for Barca in the past when he was president. Barcelona were absolutely excellent for a lot of years of his reign, if you like, certainly towards the end of it. That's sort of the 2008 onwards period as when Barcelona were really at the top of their game. And you've got to give Laporta big credit for what he did at the club. He's clearly a big name, Laporta, and I think that has gone for him in these elections so far. He is a big name. Without going into too much detail, he is the favourite. He's the man people trust. He's got the charisma, the personality, and like I said there, the people trust him. They think that Laporta can come into the club at this critical time and do the job. Even if they agree with some of Font's ideals, I still think Laporta has swayed the people. He hasn't even announced names such as his sporting director yet. If he announces someone like a Zorc from Dortmund or an Overmars from Ajax, he could have even more support. Right now, he's looking like a clear favourite, and pretty soon, he should be the Barcelona president once more. So quickly to conclude then, before we wrap up this short little brief video, a little news flash for you guys, it is looking likely that Laporta will win the Barca elections, but absolutely nothing is done yet. The voting hasn't even started yet, and honestly, we don't know when it's going to start. The elections look like they will be postponed, which honestly, like I said, it's a real shame. It's a bit of a nightmare. That's not good news at all. It really isn't. We need control now. And it looks like it will be Laporta's control, but we'll have to wait and see about that. There can be comebacks in elections. We saw that, I believe, back in 2003. Laporta himself didn't have that many pre-votes, but he won the whole thing, so things can change. Voters can switch sides, if you like, or more support can come up for Font in the coming weeks. We'd hope that Freixa and Rosald don't get too much unless they pair together, really. You'd expect they wouldn't. I am still expecting no big surprises, though. I think Laporta will be the president, and that's where I'm going to leave the video, guys. Please leave all your thoughts down below. I want you guys to tell me, who do you want to win the Barcelona elections? Who do you think should be the next president, and why? And what are your thoughts on the elections potentially being postponed. To me, it's bad news. I want to know your thoughts though, guys, on this whole situation. So please get involved down below. Later tonight, we've got the Real Sociedad Supercopa preview. So that's a big video coming up. A big game for Barcelona tomorrow. And of course, there is always loads of content on the channel. We thought we'd inform you here with an elections video. There's been a lot of news about it. So I hope I've digested it there, guys, in a manner that you guys can understand. Until then, enjoy yourselves and goodbye.